welcome back to my channel. I'm finally filming my nail care routine slash how I take care of my nails video. Very exciting, I know. I've gotten a lot of requests lately to share with you what I do to take care of my nails slash like my routines and my tips and tricks to help strong growing nails. So we are going to do all of these things and more in today's video. So there are going to be two parts to this video. The first part of this video are going to be my 6 tips on growing healthy, strong nails. And then the second half of this video is going to be like my manicure slash nail care routine. Let us start at the very beginning of this journey where I tell you about the condition of my nails probably about 2 years ago. My nails, before I started doing some of these things, were in terrible condition. They were very dry, very, very brittle, and they would split like crazy. Like the peeling on my nails was gargantuan. It was amazing how much my nails would split. Sometimes they would peel so much that it would like go down into my actual nail bed. It was not good. So my solution to that was like, oh, I guess I have to keep my nails super short now because they peel all the time. I guess I have to keep them short to stop the peeling. No, 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 no. Growth is not really a problem for me. My nails can grow so incredibly fast. My main problem was the peeling. And oddly enough, the peeling had gotten to such a point that I had gone to see my doctor, not necessarily about the peeling, but it was just one of my checkup things. She had concerns over hypothyroidism. There were some symptoms that I was describing to her about always being so tired, losing my hair, and having other issues that she realized we should get you tested for hypothyroidism. Sure enough, I tested positive for hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's disease, which means I have a very low functioning thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is really crucial for hormones and all the other like balancing things that goes on in your body. I have no idea what any of that stuff means. All I know is that due to my hypothyroidism, I am really tired all the time. It's very hard for me to lose weight, and my nails and hair are in terrible condition because of it. But even though I started taking like medication to help balance out my thyroid gland, my nails were still suffering a whole lot. I then started scouring the internet, trying to find tips and tricks to help keep your nails strong, keep them looking nice, and to please, for goodness sakes, to stop the peeling. And these are the things that I found that worked really well for me. So the first tip that I have for growing nice, long, strong, healthy nails that do not peel would be water. Like, water is key. I had no idea. Literally, guys, I had no clue how much water I was drinking every day until I purchased like one of these bottles, and I realized I am not drinking enough water at all. There's a standard of how much water you should be drinking every day, and I was drinking maybe 1/8 of the recommended, like, this is what you should be drinking. And drinking water has made a huge amount of change. I found that when drinking lots and lots of water and staying super hydrated, my nails weren't as brittle as they used to be. Like, it was almost like my nails were dehydrated, if that makes any sense. Once I started drinking lots and lots of water, my nails started growing even faster. Now, and I already had like pretty fast growing nails, but if I keep myself super hydrated, my nails, I swear, seem like it's growing faster than before because I did not realize how dehydrated I was. If that's a true thing, I have no idea, but it wouldn't hurt because water is good for you, so drink your water. My second tip for keeping your nails really strong and healthy would be vitamins. The main vitamin that I have noticed a huge game changer for my peeling nails would be biotin. This is an essential item if you want nice, strong nails. It does say that it supports like healthy skin and hair, and to be honest, I really haven't seen any changes in that. Like, my hair is a completely different story. You've seen the videos. It's a completely different ball of wax up there. Once I started taking biotin, I noticed that my nails weren't peeling as much, and again, like, the growth rate was astronomical. But the even scarier thing is when I wouldn't take my biotin and my nails would go right back to peeling basically overnight. Sometimes when I'm super stressed and I go maybe a week without taking my biotin, by the end of the week, my nails have started to peel. And it's not like little peels. No. It's like peels that go all the way down to the base of like my nail bed. Like, it's bad. So, but then as soon as I go back on my biotin, no problem, the peeling stops. This is definitely a supplement that has really been a game changer for me and the condition of my nails. If you are not taking Biotin, I highly recommend you start trying it and see if you can notice a change in the condition of your nails, because I totally did after like 3 days. It's crazy how fast this stuff works for me. Tip number 3 for growing nice, strong, healthy nails would be topical treatments. And I actually do use a couple of nail treatments every now and then, but honestly guys, normally just drinking water and Biotin is usually enough for me. But on those moments when I've been super stressed out and I miss my Biotin, I turn to these topical treatments to kind of stop the peeling from getting worse or from like things just getting out of hand too quickly. Topical treatments that I use the most would be the nail strengthener from OPI, more specifically the sensitive and peeling formula. I've tried other brands, I've tried other formulas, and like this one is honestly the only one that truly stops my nails from peeling. The other like topical treatment that I like to use quite a bit is the Naitiques Formula 2 Plus. I only use this on my thumb. Over the summer, I wanted to try and see what it would feel like to have like almond, like long stiletto nails. So I did some press-on nails. And at one point we were at the pool with my son and I like jammed my thumb into the side of the pool. The press-on nail like popped off. And then I took them off and I started doing my normal routine. And then I noticed this like really deep like crack starting to form at the base of my nail. It was the weirdest thing. And it was like a gouge, like a gouging huge like crack in the bottom of my nail. And it was getting longer as the summer drew on. So I was trying all of these topical treatments. I was trying the peeling stuff and that wasn't working. It wasn't until I found the Naitiques Formula 2 Plus that said it was formulated specifically for excessive problems due to peeling, softness, or deep split ridges. And that's why I purchased this, because I was getting this really deep split ridge on my thumb and it was getting worse. So I used this only on my thumb and I did notice a big change. It actually stopped the split from getting worse, and so now I'm in the process of growing it out. But I stopped using it because the split had gone past like my free edge, so it was now like a part of the actual like free nail. And I thought, okay, I'm done, I don't need to use it anymore. So I stopped using it. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I noticed that the split was coming back. I started applying this stuff right away, and once again, the ridge had stopped. Like the splitting in my ridge had stopped. So I have no clue what's wrong with my thumb, but this stuff did help with that deep splitting ridge. It worked really well for my nails. Tip number 4 would be topical hydration, and they range from cuticle oils and lotions and creams. So there's a wide range and a wide variety you can put on your nails. These are the things that I use and that I've seen success with, but honestly, I feel like any lotion or oil would be just fine so long as you do it regularly. I do have 2 different types of cuticle oil. My favorite being the C&D solar oil. I really love this cuticle oil. It's very hydrating. It absorbs into my skin really fast, which I appreciate, because there's nothing worse than like doing your nails and putting on the cuticle oil and then you have to wait like 15 minutes for that oil to like absorb into your skin before you can do anything. Otherwise you'll get little grease prints everywhere. The other cuticle oil that I really like is the, it's just regular almond oil from Square Hue. Almond oil doesn't necessarily absorb into my skin as fast as the solar oil though, so I usually will put this on my nails before I go to bed. I also have used coconut oil, and it works just as fine. So you don't need to go out and buy the fancy like cuticle oils. Coconut oil works just as good. These other 2 topical hydrations are definitely affordable, definitely usable, and I've done it like all the time. Vaseline, I use Vaseline all the time. I definitely need to stay up on my hydration in the wintertime, and Vaseline is definitely one of these super hydrating, like really thick. It's gonna help you out tremendously if you have super dry cuticles. I know this may seem a little bit dirty and gross, but I use chapstick all the time on my cuticles. I legit like will rub it on my cuticles, or I'll just like take my finger and rub the top of my chapstick and put it on my nails. So before I actually invested into cuticle oil, I would just use chapstick and like Vaseline, and I had no problems. I think this just goes to show you that you don't have to have the fancy cuticle oils that can sometimes be a little bit on the pricey side. Just grab some chapstick and it does the exact same thing. Tip number 5 would be just to keep it real. I don't do gels, I don't do acrylics, I rarely do press-on nails, especially after what happened to my thumb. So I just wear my natural nails as much as possible, and I feel like that has definitely helped the condition and the health of my nails. I know that if acrylics are applied correctly and removed correctly, they're totally fine for your nails. I know if gels are applied correctly and removed correctly, they will not harm your nails one bit. And I know the same thing goes with press-on nails. I just don't want to play with it. I don't want to mess with it. I just want to focus on keeping my nails as healthy and as strong as possible. So I have never had acrylics. I've done some like at home gel top coats and I hated it. I have sworn off those things. I feel like that has definitely helped the health of my nails. The last tip that I have is definitely key if you want to grow your nails nice and long, and that would be to stop using your nails as tools. I know I do this all the time, especially when I'm trying to open up a can of soda or I'm trying to open up mail. I will always use my nail as a tool. I will use my thumbnail to try to cut the plastic on a DVD case, or I'll use my fingernails to try and like pry open a box instead of getting like a box opener. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is such a hard habit to break, but I promise you, the less you use your nails as tools, the bigger chance they'll have of actually growing super long and nice. Those are the tips that I have for growing nice, long, strong, and healthy nails. That's how I've been able to get my nails to grow so long, but also to stay long. So it totally works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you guys as well. So now we're moving on to the second part of the video, which is my like manicure routine, like how I do my manicures. I'm pretty sure it's not like revolutionary. There's nothing different that I do in my nail care routine that's any different from any other nail care routine, but just in case you're curious, this is how I paint my nails. So first off, I start with clean nails. I will use a nail polish remover to remove it. There are basically two types of nail polish remover. There's the acetone and non-acetone. I generally use non-acetone. I found it's easy enough to use for everyday use. It doesn't dry out my nails. I really only use pure acetone when it comes to cleanup, and I will show you that as we get farther along in the manicure. Once all the nail polish is off of my fingernails, the next step would be cuticle care. So this is where I will usually push back the cuticles on my nails. There are various tools that you can use to do this process. There are cuticle pushers, there are orange sticks. I usually just use my nails. For those of you that may have more aggressive cuticles, I would highly recommend using the cuticle softeners, especially the one that Sally Hansen has. It's pretty good, and it will soften up your cuticles, making it easier to push them back. I never cut my cuticles. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people have had success with that, and a lot of people have been fine with that. I just don't want to go there. I really don't want to go there one bit. I've never cut them. I don't want to cut them. I'm scared to cut them, so I don't cut them. So then the next step is buffing my nails. I have very deep ridges on my nails. Ridges on your nails can be anything from like genetics to some like nutritional deficiencies. And since my nails are so incredibly ridgy, once a week I will buff them down. So I will buff out the ridges. I only do this once a week because it's not a good idea to buff your nails every single time you do your nails. It can be very damaging if you buff them like a lot. So I only really buff them once a week. The next thing I do is I shape my nails. I know that people can get very opinionated on filing nails, and for good reason. If you were to actually talk to a nail technician, which I am not, by the way, a nail technician would tell you to file your nails in one direction. It's better for your nails. It helps keep things closed as far as like preventing future peeling, and it's just healthier for your nails. I go at it like a lumberjack cutting down a tree. I'm going on that thing back and forth. I know it's not proper technique, but it works for me, and I haven't had any issues with like damage to my nails because of it, so I keep it up. I use a hard, like a really rough grit, a fine grit, and a metal file. Ever since I've started this new transition into taking care of my nails more, I've stopped using nail clippers. Nail clippers can be very damaging to your nails, and they can contribute to more peeling and like breakage and stuff like that. So I've have not actually clipped my nails in probably 2.5, maybe 3 years now. I've never used nail clippers. I've always used nail files. Granted, I am using that horrible lumberjack technique and not going in one direction like everyone recommends, but I still haven't had any issues. So I use my rough grit file for like taking off length. I will use the fine grit file for like fine tuning the shape of my nail, and then the metal file is to get underneath my nail. I have very deep C-curved nails. That means my nails really curve dramatically as they get past the free edge of my nail bed. Then they start to curl a lot, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like long nails that curl at the ends. It just looks I don't think it looks very flattering. So I file off the curling part of my nail, and I do that using my metal nail file. So the best way I can describe it is I stick the nail file right underneath the free edge of my nail, and then I angle the file at about 45 degrees, and then I go at it like a lumberjack. I'm just sawing back and forth, 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 and then I will use the fine grit nail file to kind of shape the end of it. So the end result is a really simple, I think a really nice looking kind of squoval type shape. It's more oval and round than it is like a square. And after I'm done shaping my nails, next comes the nail treatments. So for today, I am using the Naitiques Formula 2 for my thumb, which we had talked about before. And I'm also using the OPI strengthening or sensitive and peeling for just a couple of my nails. The rest of them will get my favorite base coat of all time, and that would be the Orly Bonder base coat. I enjoy it so much, and I really do feel like it helps my manicures last super, super long. So once the base coats are dry and the nail treatments are dry, we then go on to color. I generally apply my color with the 3 brush stroke method. There are various ways of applying your nail polish, and I'm sure everyone has their own different way of doing it. This is how I have applied it to my nails. It works just fine. I have no problems with it, and I usually get pretty good results from it, so I keep doing it. I am in no way, shape, or form perfect, and when it comes to applying nail polish, I definitely make a lot of mistakes. I flood my cuticles left and right, so I am no way, shape, or form a clean nail polish applicator. I can make a real mess of it if I don't pay attention too closely. So luckily for that, we do have cleanup at the end of the process. So if you are a beginner starting out in this nail polishing odyssey, don't feel bad if your application isn't picture perfect, because I will be completely honest with you, all of those Instagram feeds that you follow of women who have phenomenal, magical, immaculate nails, they definitely do some cleanup afterwards. Cleanup is on the way for all of the mistakes that you make when applying, so don't feel too bad about it. So the next step is cleanup, and one of my favorite tools for cleaning up would be these cute little brushes from Elf. These are like $1 at Target and Walmart, and these are the perfect size to clean up any like stray nail polish that have gone in your cuticles or on your fingertips once you're done painting. So the best way that I do this is I get these little cups. This one in particular is from Sally's. I think it was like 60 cents or 2 cents or something like that. You can also get these glass shot glasses from Walmart for like 60 cents. And all that I'll do is I'll put some acetone, pure acetone, in these little glass bottles, and then I just dip in my little concealer brush and clean up the edges of my nail. This is where you can get a really nice clean edge along your cuticle. You can clean up any polish that gets on the sides of your nails. You can clean up any polish that gets on the underneath part of your nail. It's just really, really handy, and it makes it look so nice when you're all done, even though you may have like flooded cuticles in your application or you got nail polish all over the place. A concealer brush and a little bit of acetone can do wonders and make any manicure look Instagram ready. Now it's time for the top coat. I have 2 main top coats that I always use. I use these because they're shiny and they dry super, super fast. The first one is the Sally Hansen Insta-Dri top coat. This is the one that's in the red bottle. It is the fastest drying top coat I've ever used, and I keep going back to it. Like, I've repurchased this so many times, and every time it is a winner. The other top coat that I use quite a bit is Seche Vite. I know a lot of people have issues with Seche Vite, and honestly, I do too. It's not that big of a deal to me. It works fine. I like how fast it dries, and I love how thick it is. Like, it's just a really nice thick top coat that is really good for glitter. If you have a glitter polish that you're working with and it's really, really bumpy, I highly recommend Seche Vite because it really is quite thick and it'll really smooth out all those glitters. And more importantly, Seche Vite does not smear some of my nail art. So that's another reason why I use it so much, because I've never had an issue with it bleeding or smearing any of my nail art, which is really important to me. And then the last step is hydration. So we would just apply those hydration things that I had been talking about before. So you've got your oils or the balm or a lotion or something, and then you just rehydrate whenever needed. So this is how I always do my manicures. It's not necessarily how I do my swatches. If I were to, like the swatch photos that you see that I take or Instagram stuff, like I usually don't go into that much detail, but when I'm actually doing like a manicure that I want to wear, that I want to last like longer than 4 days, this is the process that I do. Those are my secrets revealed on how I take care of my nails. I hope you guys found this video informative and useful. useful. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any like tips and tricks that you recommend for growing nice, long, healthy nails, or if you have recommendations to making your manicures last longer. As usual, I am dying to know, so let me know in the comment section down below. But that is my video for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!